Inserting fields. So if I'm using a single line text and I place my start point in my height and my rotation, and I want to put a field, I can right click, and in here I can say insert field, and then it'll ask me what field I want. So I'm going to hit cancel here, and I also can do this in multi-line text. So if I go over to multi-line text and I create my multi-line text paragraph, and I'm going to say something like date. Let me put the capital locks on, so he'll say date, and whatever, I can come up here to the insert and insert a symbol, and I come down here and I can pick any excuse me, sorry, wrong button. I can pick field rather, and so I can pick a field and I can go in and insert any field I want. Now there's these are all of them, so I like to go into the category, and so I'll go to date and time, and so if I want the current date, I'll just go to the date. So here we had the date the file was created, the date is my current date, the date it was plotted on, and the save date. So I say this is the current date. Then I come over here and here's my format. Okay, so I can come in here and say, well, I'll go with this longer date here, and I'll say okay. Now let me just make my paragraph width a little bit longer here, and you can see that pops it in. Now I come down here and I can go in and let's say put file name, right? So I'll say file name, and I'm going to go up to field and click on field, and now my date and time doesn't really do that for me. So if I come over here and I say document, now I can come in and place the file name in here, or that's file size, file name. Now I can have the format over here, whether they're all capital or not. I'll go with uppercase, and I can say I want the file name only, the path, or the path and file name. I'm going to go with just the file name only for a little shorter one. I'll say OK, and you can see my drawing is drawing 1 at the time. And so when I'm done, I close the text editor. All right. Now let's just say I'm going to go over here and save this drawing, and I'm going to save it under my videos. All right, and I'm going to call this update. I'll say update fields. Can't spell. Update fields, and I'll hit save. And you'll notice when I hit save, AutoCAD automatically updated these fields to, you'll see that now my file name is updatefields.dwg. You'll also notice that my fields are gray color, right? That helps you know that this is a field whenever it's gray. And so it'll update the time and date as well whenever I hit save. So for example, right now I have 11:45, right? And I hit save, and now I'll just actually close this, save it, and now I'm going to come back here and open it up. So whenever we open up a drawing, it'll automatically update the fields for me. And so it put the date and time in there, and it held that there. If I were to change the file name, that would automatically change. Now we can control the display of our fields by going into our options. So I'm going to go to the application menu, go to options. I'm going to go, I'm on options, and in options I'm going to go to user preferences, and down here I have fields. So I can display the background, which is this gray color if I want, which I recommend that you do. I also have field update settings. So this is when the field gets updated whenever you open it, you save it, you plot it, you do an e-transmit, or you do a regen. So you can decide whenever you want those. I just recommend you do all those. You always want to update as much as you can. So there's many types of fields in here. I can double click on my M-text here, and I can go over to field, and I can put any kind of things in here I want. For example, I can go in here with file size, right? So I'll come in here, whoop, didn't mean to beep on you there. I'll go say, let's go file size. File size, and I'll just come in here and put a field. I'll go to file size, and let's say I wanted it in megabytes. How many megabytes? All right, and I can come in here and say, oh, well, they didn't know it was in megabytes, so I can always just type in MB afterwards, and I can hit close. Now, as the file gets bigger and bigger, this file will automatically update. So it's really kind of handy to have AutoCAD update a lot of these values. And you'll see that once you start exploring some of these, there's a lot of things we can put in here, such as the author, who did this, any file names is great so that we never lose track of where the file came from. Keywords, you can put project name words in there and stuff like that. Last saved by, and it'll tell you whoever logged in, which is very nice. You can put the title in here and subject in here. So there's a variety of things you can do. But if we go to all, you can just see all the different things. There's great stuff for sheet sets in here. You can put all kinds of information about your plots in here, so that you know what, for example, what plot style you used, etc. And great information, always updated. You don't have to worry about manually updating those things. And so at any given time, you can just erase them, delete them. And these fields work in M-text and in single line text as well. I'll close the text editor. And so I highly recommend using fields. They're a great, intelligent way to add information into your drawing.